Good morning. It's actually the afternoon, 20 past 20 to 2 on the 21st of July. So we're 2 days late, but anyway. So, meant to do this on Monday, but kind of forgot until the evening, and then I was just chilling it, and I was like, I'll do it tomorrow. And then yesterday, I just didn't do it. So we're doing it today, which at least we're doing it. So, first things first. I'm not in Joanna's anymore. So on Friday, no, Saturday. On Saturday, I drove up to Kieran's, so up in Ayrshire. It took me like 7 hours to get up. I was looking about, and even the toll roads were longer than the other roads. So like the road through Leeds was actually faster than the Pubmead toll road at Manchester. Because I kept checking it for ages because I thought I don't mind paying like £6.50 or something if I'm gonna get there an hour earlier or something. 6 hours instead of 7 is quite a good chunk off. Because when you start getting past like the 4 hour mark driving, especially just straight, it's so destroying. So anyway, drove up here, completely came right up straight, didn't stop once. The camera's good on this. There we go, that's a better feel. This is the way we normally do it. Perfect. Although, I have the best impromptu desk, which I see. You can see it. Oh, there's a bit of this on it. It's an island board. It's my impromptu desk. So normally if I ever come to Kieran's, I bring my desk with me, and I didn't have it because obviously I was at Joanna's. And if I was to go home and then come here, I would be driving the 7 hours still, but instead of coming like right up here, I'd have to go up and then along to mine, and then another 2 hours to come here. So I thought, I'll just deal with not having a desk, maybe go out to Wetherspoons or something. But ended up just making this impromptu desk. So anyway, what was I saying? So 7 hours, I just drove straight up, didn't stop for the toilet or anything. After a couple of hours, I was just had enough, really. Because normally I have like an interest in some podcast or a band or something when I'm driving, but then other times if I don't have that interest, I'm just not feeling it at all, because I've heard all my music, I've listened to all my podcasts that I want to listen to. I don't have anybody that I'm interested in at the moment. So I'm kind of in that slump that I get in like every, I don't know, it's got to be at least once or twice a year, because I normally go through a phase of music, then a phase of like podcasts / audiobooks / maybe even YouTube videos, like informative ones. But then it gets to the point where I've listened to all the music that I can deal with, listened to all the podcasts I fancy, and I just can't be bothered listening to anybody or anything. So that's where we're at just now. So that was quite a long drive up, I must admit. But anyway, so got up here and then went to the pub that night. Finally, I was buzzing to go to the pub because I've not been in forever. But then straight after it, literally the next day, I was like, oh, that's me. Like, I've had enough now. Because it's Kieran's week off this week, that's how I'm here. Obviously, he's wanting to get steaming all the time because he's a week off. And the weather is beautiful outside. Right. So just kind of make look all smudgy again. Aye, can't even see. Now it just looks like I try to look at folks' sissies. Never mind. But anyway, just take my old foot. It's roasting outside. It's actually like, yesterday was like 24 degrees, and for here that is a roasting, man. Because like, normally our summer's like 20. Although we normally get like a little week where it's decent weather, but it's absolutely boiling. So, despite that, I'm still in, working away on my dissertation. But after that, so on the Sunday, I was like, oh, I've had enough now. Like, I can't be bothered, got to the pub or anything. Basically just wanted to be back chilling with Joanna again. So what will I talk about next? Right, dissertation, coming on well. So I was to do my methodology, ontology and epistemology and all that good stuff. So I've done that now. I've completed my literature review, I think. Basically finished it. I still want to go over it and reword some things that are kind of a bit overly quoted. And then the same in my methodology. But so now I'll get like 7,000 words done. And now I'm working on my actual gathering of information now. So I've decided on a date selection, then a database, keywords, criteria, coding, and then the procedure of the meta-analysis. So right now I'm down at coding, just trying to learn how that's going to work. But everything else is essentially done now, so I'm basically ready to go and use Scopus to try and find some stuff on self-determination theory and work motivation in a remote context. But I want to talk to my supervisor and find out, because my initial idea was to go and find how SDT needs, so autonomy, competence, and relatedness. These three needs are supposed to be in this theory. Once they're satisfied, or if they're frustrated, it affects motivation. So I wanted to go and see how that's working in the normal situation, and then find what's the best evidence for what in there, and from that extrapolate what would be suitable in a remote context. But now that I've read more papers, it seems that it's possible that I could just do a meta-analysis on remote. So there seems to be a sufficient amount of data with no meta-analysis on how remote working and SDT needs fulfillment, frustration, satisfaction, all that good stuff, how that's affected. So we might be doing that. Pardon me. I'll find out from my meeting tomorrow. Pardon me. If I'm mega slow sounding, because I've noticed that I do talk pretty slow on camera especially. I don't know what it is. I think I'm just so distracted with other things and then looking at myself. But if I'm too slow, 1.75 speed, trust me, once you go 1.75 speed, you'll never go back. So next, also my job. So I got confirmation, I think I said last time, of the start date being October 6th, but I've still not got the contract through to sign. So I'm going to need to catch up on that, because that will now be 6 weeks since the job offer, and still no signing on to the company. So obviously it's just a wee bit worrying, isn't it? So gonna need to get that sorted. Next was my smell and taste. I wanted to talk about that. My smell is still like really, really weak. So there's some smells I just can't smell at all. For instance, see if I went into guy's toilet in the mall, right? And I'm with my mate, and he's like, "Oh, guys, it's stinking in here." I can't smell a thing. Aftershave, I need like 6 scoots just to smell a little bit. But it's like, I can smell some things. Like, it's as if you can smell just a tiny bit of some stuff, but other stuff just not at all. And as for taste, my taste is still definitely dull. But it's definitely there a bit, but it is definitely dull. Also, this just caught my eye. I thought it was something maybe good to say. So I've been working out like hard again, like trying to get back to where I was. So I've been working out again properly for maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks ish. And I've been taking creatine for the second time. I took it before and I had it like as a scoop. It was some tropical juice, and after a while it was just disgusting. Then I started reading up on stuff to do with hair loss with it, and I was pure para, so I was like, nah. So then recently I looked up again and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to take it and see. So I'm taking this, and it seems, also I'm looking in the mirror to see how jacked am I. So I was going to say that is like, I feel like you can't really see here, and I'm not going to flex because that just looks stupid. But my arms are definitely like filling out the t-shirt more. But obviously that's part to do with the whole banking of the myonuclei inside the muscles, so they'll just kind of come back. Especially like with how hard I'm working out with them, I'm like fatigued so much after it. Just trying to make sure that I can get my gains back as fast as possible, basically. But it does seem that creatine is helping. I think it should be. I mean, the data suggests it, but I don't know. So anyway, that's that. final wee thing I was going to talk about was just how I'm eating right now. So when was it been? Maybe 3 weeks now. Wait, what even is this video diary? This video diary number 9. I'm supposed to say that at the beginning. I think it's number 9. Internet's so bad here. Because I'm like as far away from the router as one can be. Just bear with me. See that wee dog? I hate it. It's a nightmare. So anyway, number 10. There we go, we made it to double digits. Well done, boys. / just me. But anyway, welcome to video diary number 10. 21st of July. 1:51. I can't remember if I said I'm pretty sure I said the date. I don't know. Don't listen to me. So anyway, since Seaspiracy, watching that, it kind of got me all wrapped back into the whole I was going to say like veganism, recycling and sustainability and stuff, but it really just wraps you back more into thinking, gets you thinking. And I think that's the best bit about the whole documentary, is they do the documentary really well, but also just the fact of how much it gets you thinking, and how just getting you thinking through one little like door, for instance, of overfishing can then cascade into you thinking about other things. It's kind of like when you see someone who's busy, the busier they are, the more they get done. And it's the same like the more you think about just one thing, you're going to then think about the next. So it's like, that was a terrible example, but it's like when you start thinking about recycling, you start thinking about just, I should recycle more, and then if you get thinking about that, you'll look into it, and then you get deeper in and deeper in and deeper in. Basically fall down the rabbit hole. But anyway, talking rubbish again. I'm getting distracted as well outside. Every time I do this, I don't think I've got any better. Probably get worse, it seems. So anyway, so I started thinking more about that, and my main thing that I have right now is to do with where is the food coming from? Where are the things that you're consuming coming from? As opposed to just simply the ethical part, because obviously the part inside me, the ethical part, is what just as against eating animals. Obviously, I mean, it seems pretty obvious, especially in a day and age where it's not necessary. However, I do feel better, for instance, with steak. Steak, red meat, always has made me feel better. I remember when I was vegan / vegetarian for like 6 months before, maybe, I don't know, 4 years ago now. And holy moly, I remember as soon as it finished having a steak, and I felt so much better. Pardon me again. And it might be to do with like B12 or whatever, I don't really know. But I know for a fact that it makes me feel better. So I still like a steak. I like a good steak, post-workout steak, here and there, once a week or whatever. I don't know, I do really like it. But I've started now kind of, because I've moved into more eating vegetarian / vegan, that I just don't really like stuff like chicken. Like Quorn to me right now tastes so much better than chicken. I don't like how I'm paranoid cooking it, because I always have been, and I used to always overcook it. And then I don't really like, I don't know, the whole thing like ripping off the bone and all that. I don't know, it's just not as appealing to me as it once was. I don't know if I'm kind of moving my brain into like a new space of thought. But I really do prefer Quorn at the moment. And I've been eating essentially vegan. The only thing that's not vegan that I've been having is, well, steak, obviously. But even that's maybe like once a week. And then, what was I going to say? Whey protein. That's like the only other thing. But I've got a tub of protein. I'm not going to waste my protein. But I've been moving more into this kind of sustainability space. Or not even sustainability, like ethical sourcing, and just wanting to be more aware of where things come from and what things are. So like with chicken and eggs, it's a bit of a sketchy grey area, because at least sometimes with cattle, especially if you're selective of where you buy your meat. And in being in Scotland, it doesn't seem too bad in the industry at all, especially compared to like America. But chicken and eggs, even here, is a bit sketchy. So I've stopped eating eggs, chicken, pretty much everything except steak. Now that I'm at Keelan's and when Keelan makes dinner, I'll just have whatever's being made. Right now, just out of laziness, I suppose, right now. But when I was like down at Joanna's, we were having our burgers and stuff, and it was all like the meat-free ones. So last week I made a full day of eating, vegan style. And then by the end of the day, I was so rushed and stuff that I ended up not having a vegan dinner. But anyway, it was still vegetarian, I think. Because it's just cheese and butter. Garlic bread, butter. But so I've just moved more into this whole space of sustainability and no, that's not really the space. I keep saying that, but that's not really the space. And also sustainability is a fishy term. But it's more a space of awareness. And I think that's the big thing with a kind of vegetarian movement, is that everybody sees it as this like kind of culty animal lovers. And then you get like most people who are like, oh no, I'd never eat meat, oh I'm too hard and too manly to eat meat. But it's like they couldn't even kill a fish. Or, it's not as if they're going to go and slaughter it. But so I think people need to be more aware of where stuff comes from. And I know this is a complete 180 from me eating chicken all day, every day, like 6 months ago. But, just move back into the wee space of being a vegan. Being a soy boy, as Joanna was calling me. Because I've moved back to soy milk. But that always works better for me anyway, because I'm mildly lactose intolerant. 2 whey protein shakes is enough. 1 is enough. 2, too much. And with milk, no thanks. So anyway, that's probably enough for today. I have like a minute left in this anyway. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm going to go play pool today. That's like pool, not pool. And that's it. So anyway, let's have a good week. I'll talk to you later. Stay aware. See you later.